Hello, Alfie. Are we actually live, or have I said hello to Alfie too early?
We probably are live. I believe in the ability of being live.
The real Baron's Eye. Where were we? Was it volume 2?
I wouldn't remember.
I think we may have finished a book actually. Let's just have a look.
Well, my well-educated guess is that YouTube chat is not coming through. Because Babom and Blazing Gale have already said hello.
Hello! Well, Restream took a few minutes, didn't it, before it started giving us chat from YouTube.
Yeah, also say hello to the Spotted Cow.
Hello, Spotted Cow!
Have you found out where you are in your book yet?
Here we were.
Well, get reading.
Alright, so we were at the point where Baron Zaya had realised that Straw has had his tongue cut out. But why? She demanded of Symmachus when Straw had been ushered away. Why? Symmachus shrugged. He knows too much. He could be dangerous. At least he's alive, and he won't need his tongue to raise pigs or whatever. I hate you! Baron Zaya screamed at him, then abruptly doubled over and vomited on the floor. She continued to revile him between intermittent bouts of nausea. He listened stolidly for some time while Drellian cleaned up after her. Finally, he told her to cease or he would gag her for her journey to the Emperor. They stopped at Katisha's house on their way out of the city. Symmachus and Drellian didn't dismount. All seemed normal, but Baron Zaya was frightened as she knocked on the door. Katisha answered the knock. Baron Zaya thanked the gods silently that at least she was all right, but she'd also obviously been weeping. In any case, she embraced Baron Zaya warmly. Why are you crying? Baron Zaya asked. For Theris, of course. You haven't heard? Oh dear, poor Theris, he's dead. Baron Zaya felt icy fingers creeping round her heart. He was caught stealing from the Commandant's house. Poor fellow, but that was so foolish of him. Oh, Berry, he was drawn and quartered this very dawn by the Commandant's order. She started to sob. I went. He asked for me. It was terrible. He suffered so before he died. I'll never forget it. I looked for you and Straw, but no one knew where you'd both gone to. She glanced behind Baron Zaya. That's the Commandant, isn't it? Symmachus. Then Katisha did a strange thing. She stopped crying and grinned. You know, the moment I saw him, I thought, this is the one for Baron Zaya. Katisha took a fold of her apron and wiped it across her eyes. I told him about you, you know. Yes, Baron Zaya said. I know. She took Katisha's hands in each of hers and looked at her earnestly. Katisha, I love you. I'm going to miss you, but please don't ever tell anyone else anything about me, ever. Swear you won't, especially not to Symmachus. And look after Straw for me, promise me that. Katisha promised, puzzled though willing. Berry, it wasn't somehow because of me that Theris was caught, was it? I never said anything about Theris to him. She glanced over at the general. Baron Zaya assured her that it wasn't, that an informant had told the Imperial Guard of Theris's plans, which was probably a lie, but you could see that Katisha plainly needed some kind of comfort. Oh, I'm glad of that. If I can be glad of anything just now, I'd hate to think. But how could I have known? She leaned over and whispered in Baron Zaya's ear. Symmachus is very handsome, don't you think? And so charming. I wouldn't know about that, Baron Zaya said dryly. I haven't really thought about it. There have been other things to think about. She explained hurriedly about being Queen of Mournhold and going to live in the Imperial City for a while. He was looking for me, that's all. On orders from the Emperor, I was the object of a quest, nothing more than some sort of a goal. I don't think he thinks of me as a woman at all. He said I didn't look like a boy, though, she added in the face of Katisha's incredulity. Katisha knew that Baron Zaya evaluated every male she met in terms of sexual desirability and availability. I suppose it's the shock of finding out that I'm really a queen, she added, and Katisha agreed that yes, that's true, that must have been something of a shock, although one there was no likelihood of her experiencing firsthand. She smiled. Baron Zaya smiled with her, then they hugged again, tearfully for the last time. She never saw Katisha again. Or straw. The royal party left Riften by the Great Southern Gate. Once through, Symmachus tapped her shoulder and pointed back at the portals. I thought you might want to say goodbye to Theris too, Your Highness, he said. Baron Zaya stared briefly but steadily at the head impaled on a spike above the gate. The birds had been at it, but the face was still recognisable. I don't think he'll hear me, although I'm quite sure he'll be pleased to know I'm fine, she said, seeming to sound light. Let's be on our way, General, shall we? Symmachus was clearly disappointed by her lack of reaction. Aye, you heard of this from your friend Katisha, I suppose. You suppose correctly. She attended the execution. Baron Zaya said casually. If he didn't know already, he'd find out soon enough. She was sure of that. Did she know Theris belonged to the guild? She shrugged. Everyone knew that. It's only lower-ranking members like me who are supposed to keep their membership secret. The ones higher up are well known. She turned to smile archly at him. But you must know all that, shouldn't you, General? She said sweetly. He seemed unaffected by this. So you told her who you were and whence you came, but not about the guild? The guild membership was not my secret to tell. The other was. There's a difference. Besides, Katisha is a very honest woman. Had I told her, it would have lessened me in her eyes. She was always after Theris to take up a more honest line of work. I value her good opinion. She afforded him a glacial stare. Not that it's any concern of yours, but do you know what else she thought? She also thought I'd be happier if I settled down with just one man. One of my own race. One of my own race with all the right qualities. One of my own race with all the right qualities who knows to say all the right things. You, in fact. She grabbed the reins, preparatory to assuming a brisker pace, but not without sinking one final irresistible barb. Isn't it odd how wishes come true sometimes, but not in the way you want them to? Or maybe I should say, not in the way you would ever want them to. His answer so took her by surprise that she quite forgot about cantering off. Yes, very odd, he replied, and his tone matched his words exactly. Then he excused himself and fell behind. And I think... I think that's the last... Actually, these are the last few paragraphs. She held her head high and urged her mount onward, trying to look unimpressed. Now, what was it about his response that bothered her? Not what he said. No, that wasn't it. But something about the way he said it. Something about it made her think that she, Baron Zaya, was one of his wishes that had come true. Unlikely as this seemed, she gave it due deliberation. He had found her at last after months of searching, it seemed, under pressure from the Emperor, no doubt. So his wish had come true. Yes, that must be it. But in a way apparently not altogether to his liking. And that is the end of this book.
I hope this counts as 2 stories together. Because Potato was wishing for that. On a side note, say hello to Potato.
Hello, Potato.
And Giles Price.
Hello,
wonders
Giles.
if the stream has crashed. Not as far as I know. Maybe you crashed. And this is the afterlife. What a horrible torment. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Also, just as a reminder, at the moment, the Restream chat relay is not working, so all messages that happen to exist on Twitch will not be relayed to YouTube and vice versa.
Good.
I'm sorry. But Alfie has found his way over to YouTube by now. And also say hello to Tammy Patton.
Hello, Tammy.
And have you said hello to the cow person?
Yeah, we said hello to Spotted Cow.
I'm not sure.
I did say hello to Alfie, but that might have been before we were live. I wasn't sure.
Fair point.
Oh, okay. Right. Now, what were we doing? Were we following a trail of blood or something? We were on this mystery.
Good to see you again, friend.
Hello.
Ever since that Imperial Craven ran me through from behind, I've had trouble breathing. I don't have any trouble drinking, though.
Okay, have a gold piece.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. Good day.
Babom, your messages are getting through, but maybe we haven't greeted you yet.
Oh, hello, Babom.
Well, again, I thought I mentioned him directly after Alfie. Not sure now.
Maybe.
Hold on, what do you mean?
Let's just have a look.
Oh. Game echo?
Oh.
Why is the game echoing?
Oh, that would be strange.
No, it's very strange. Hold on, let me look. Make a noise.
Blood on the ice. What are we trying to do? We've got to...
No, I meant the game.
What? The game?
Yes.
How about that?
I mean, I hear the sound that's coming through to me, and it's not echoing here. So it starts echoing at some point between me and the internet? This is weird. Okay, you can stop hitting out on that stone. Hold your horses there for a second. I can test it, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be a good idea. So this might sound very confusing for a second there.
Okay, I shall just look for some hidden things around the edges.
So this might sound very confusing for a second there.
Okay, I shall just look for some hidden things around the edges.
So this might sound very confusing for a second there.
Okay, I shall just look for some been in there.
Okay, I don't hear an echo. I'm going to disable that. I hope you had a weird and fun experience there.
Alright, well, I'm gonna... Who's this guy?
They're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. The old fort near Riften. Might be joining up myself.
I'm going to find... What's his name?
Giles Price believes that this isn't an echo, it's just Whiterun bleeding through. Still echoing.
Candlehearth Hall.
How is it still echoing? It shouldn't be echoing. There isn't a second audio source here. Unless for some odd reason it's picking up... No, it can't be picking that up.
What?
The game sounds you're hearing through the microphone. I just did listen through stream and I didn't hear the echo. Now, Sal, go talk to somebody.
Well, if it is a problem, then we need to stop and start.
Just go talk to somebody. I'm going to listen back to it on stream.
I am gonna...
It's alright, take your time.
Just switch on one quest. So I can see where I need to go.
You could talk to Lydia, says Potato.
Ah! Why have I now got loads of quests on screen?
I don't know.
Still got loads. What have I got to do for this one?
Oh.
Talk to... Oh, okay, so I've got 3 things all related to this one. Right, fine. Let's... Did I not have to examine the crime scene?
Didn't you do that?
I thought so, but it's not ticked, so maybe not.
I've spent my life serving Talos. I don't plan to stop now. No matter what the Empire Talos created the Empire. You'd think they'd show him more respect.
Let's bob inside while I'm up here and go have a look at...
Paul will give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
I do the cooking and cleaning around the palace.
We've intercepted Paul give us a straight answer.
Maybe I'm the Dragonborn, and
and
I just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
What?
It does create an echo, but only for the voices. Why does it do that? Alright, let's try that again.
Alright, we'll stop and start the stream and see if we can fix things.
But I don't see that happening on the audio bar of OBS, so how... Never mind, we'll see how it goes after we restart it.